Hello everyone, Rimea here, and welcome to the second part of my playthrough of Mario Saves Christmas. So if you didn't catch the first part, this is a one world newspaper review mod I made about half a year ago, which was to celebrate Christmas at the time, I suppose. And in the first part we played the first 4 stages of World 1, which is the only world in this mod, because it's a one world mod, which is 1-1, 1-2, 1-secret, and 1-tower, and today we're going to continue on with 1-3, which is Yoshi, Moles, and Shells. This is one of the few stages actually which was actually made for this mod rather than it being like some unused stage from like Super Mario Evolution or something. Whoa, I just made that jump. I didn't know that was even possible actually. I was just messing around. You're supposed to do this. I think, wait, can you go up here? I guess, yeah, I guess it's a 1-up, okay. You can do this, and then there you go. You're supposed to use the red blocks to get that Yoshi, but I just managed to do it without that. Wow. Alright. So, as the name of this stage suggests, this stage is all about, well, Yoshis, moles, and Koopa shells, or giant Koopa shells. And there's also all these red blocks going on. I think if you kill all these Monty moles, you actually get some points. Yeah, so there's like this golden pipe here, which is actually just a yellow pipe, but in this mod it looks a little bit more golden-ish, I would say. And there's a lot of instances in this stage, especially where if you kill all the moles in a certain area, you get some coins for that. So I really like the vibe of this stage and stuff, but there's some really weird decisions here and there. So for example, there's a start coin right here, which is not indicated at all really, that for which you have to like run through this whole section and be quite quick, and also make sure you don't get hit because you don't want to lose your Yoshi. And you're supposed to, you know, oh well, we're gonna lose that. Oh, we got it. Wait, hey, there we go. Yeah, you're supposed to run through that whole section and then go down here, but there's really not much to indicate that. So a lot of people are probably not going to do that on the first playthrough and then realize their mistake. But yeah, that's just mainly my bad. I should have indicated that more well, I suppose. But yeah, this is quite a classic little bonus section right here. I think those break blocks I just destroyed would also despawn again if you ran out of time. So that's quite interesting. And yeah, this stage is a lot of bonus rooms if I remember correctly. I think that's already half of the stage done, isn't it? Yeah. We kind of skipped a lot of the second section of that first area of the stage because you had to run through it to get the first star coin. I really like the way like this whole section here is set up. So there's like on either side of both of these Koopa shells there's walls of red blocks, but they like switch back and forth. So the way that is set up, like you can always get out one way or another, but like right now I'm locked in, so I have to go out through the middle. And I don't know, it's just some weird like stuff you can think about how this works, and it's really fun to mess around with these red blocks. Which these weren't actually really meant to be like these weren't used in these reviews, so I can remember. But I just used some like tile goals and stuff to spawn them in, and it works rather well. It isn't a used thing, which I don't think you could do this at all in either Nice Review or Nice Wii, but you can actually hung these medium Goombas and they turn into small Goombas like that. It's a little bit jank, I would say, but I don't know, I guess it works. Here we go, another 1-up, I suppose. Yeah, okay, so here's a weird thing, which I know threw a lot of people off, and I totally get it, and I really should have changed this. So there's this coin, these coins only appear when you actually have Yoshi and you're riding him and you're in this area. So these won't appear if you don't have Yoshi. And they point down, so some people might be inclined to point down, but if you're you know paying attention, you can actually just barely see the outline of a pipe down to the left. And that's actually, like, you're supposed to, like, use Yoshi's flutter to get into that little nook there. So if I do... Oh, I don't want to... Okay, well... Whoops. Let's see if we can get a Yoshi, because that was not how I was supposed to do that. Wait, is there a Yoshi in here? No, there really isn't. Hold on. Yeah, so you're supposed to flutter down into that little area there with Yoshi's flutter jump. Let's see. Is there a Yoshi somewhere here, please? There we go. Okay, we're gonna backtrack a little bit now. There we go. Let's give that another shot. But yeah, like as I was saying, I'm not sure what I was thinking when I was making this. So you can actually just make that with the flutter, but most people are probably gonna end up sacrificing their Yoshi, which is a little bit cruel of me, I would say. And then here is a little bit of a classic bonus room, I suppose. It's very inspired by Niwa's Hammer Bro bonus room in 1-2 of Niwa Super Mario Wii. But you're supposed to kill all the multi walls and then you get a star coin, which is quite fun to do with Yoshi unless you suck like I do. There we go. Oh yes, there we go. And then the second star coin unlocks, I suppose. Quite a cool bonus room, but yeah, the way you're supposed to get there, it's just not good. I really should have done something different for this, or indicated it more properly. I don't know. So in here, there's like these Monty Moles that pop up, and there's a sign that points up because you're supposed to go on top of this Koopa shell, and then hit the switch. So you can actually also make that jump, I think, with just Yoshi, or maybe even without Yoshi. I'm not sure. Apparently, this wasn't even obvious to some people, though I don't really get that. Where you're supposed to go in here, and then there's a switch here. So yeah, this is a little bit of a annoying section because there's like a hidden block here, and there's like Monty Moles that spawn in right in your face. So yeah, especially here, like these Monty Moles can be really annoying, like they are right now. Whoops, rip Yoshi. And then if you're not quick enough, once again, you're supposed to go in here. But there we go. Oh, okay. For a second, I was scared that one up was gonna disappear, but there we go. Yeah, this phase I quite like it, and like I said, I quite like the vibe. But all of the star coins really are like not well indicated and a little bit too tricky, I would say. Oh, I don't want to. No, that wasn't intentional. That was just the way the physics of the penguin suit work. Whoops. And we're back. So let's not die stupidly this time. I don't really have a way of doing that because I have I don't have the penguin suit this time. And there we go, that's that stage done. I actually like ran through the stage just now and I had like a 700 seconds left on the clock. But like because of all those complex puzzles and stuff and like the kind of annoying star coins, I did make sure to give the player a lot of time. And actually all of these stages I think have a pretty big timer. Hello, Baby Yoshi. Hey, I'm Baby Yoshi. Okay. On to 1-4, Torai Tundra. So this is another stage originally meant for Super Mario Evolution, which is actually quite you can tell if a stage is made for Super Mario Evolution because or at least this one and the tower have these Japanese structures because originally in Super Mario Evolution our snow world was going to be like snowy Sakura or something. It was going to be like Japanese like New World's World 4 except also with snowy elements to it. That's how this stage came about. As the start up here, it's hidden with camera controls, but it's a little bit jank. This stage is really old. It might actually be the oldest stage in this entire mod. So I didn't really know how camera controls worked all that well yet back when I made this originally. I think the stage was also featured in the trailer for Super Mario Evolution, and even I think we might have even done like an individual stage showcase on this version. Though, like that specific version of the stage did have a different tile set and that kind of thing. Though the Torai structures, which these like samurai gates or something, those are called Torais apparently. Those have remained the same between versions. Yeah, this really is a simple stage, you know, not that tough. All the star coins are quite simple and easy, and I think there's like one bonus room, which is quite like not a big amount for like I tend to have a lot of bonus rooms in my stages, but yeah, this one doesn't have that. This star coin here is another very simple camera control one. You can see like camera controls were kind of new to me back when I was making this mod, and or this stage, I mean, so I used it a lot. Yeah, it's a really simple bunch of Power Koopas, some skill platforms, that kind of thing. Nothing that interesting. No super interesting, like, movement control stuff or anything. No interesting event ID things. It's just a lot of very simple stuff. If you go up here, there's a little bonus room. Which I don't mind this bonus room, it's actually quite fun. So it's like one of those classic, you know, Power Block star coin bonus rooms, which you see a lot of in a lot of mods and also in the original game. So you can see actually these things weigh the exact same, even though like one coin I guess equals one star coin. But so you're supposed to get this section first instead of getting the right amount of coins first, because then the star coin will fall down and you won't be able to get it. And there's some more Power Koopa spam, and I think that's already the stage done. Yeah, so that's a really short one, really simple. It kind of stands out in that way in this one because a lot of the other stages are quite big and complex, and this one's just kind of short, simple, and it's even quite small, like the zoom is quite small and that kind of thing. I don't mind the stage or anything, it's just not really my kind of stage, to be honest. Or at least not the kind of stage I would make nowadays. Okay, and on to 1-5. Now, I've seen this happen to someone before, and this wasn't intentional at all. But apparently if you go into the stage with a Baby Yoshi, Yeah, that happens, which, yeah, like I said, wasn't intentional at all. But I guess maybe Ocean really wasn't meant for this stage, so it works out in the end, but yeah, it's still a little bit weird. So, I actually removed some particles from Mario 6 Christmas, because if you notice Mario running around, there aren't as many snow particles as there supposed to be, because I actually removed one of the core particles New Mario uses for a couple of things, including snow and, importantly, quicksand. There's actually quicksand behind these snow patches right here, because they're like supposed to be like deep patches of snow. And I just removed the particle of the quicksand, so that's how we ended up with this, yeah, this quick snow or something, I don't know. And that works out okay, I suppose. The annoying thing about the quick snow in this stage is that you can't see the player behind it, so sometimes you can just completely lose sight of your player, and that's a little bit annoying. But yeah, so this is one of the more interesting stages, I would say. This is another one of the few stages actually made for this mod, rather than just like being some scrapped Super Mario Evolution stage. Which is also maybe why it might feel a little bit more intentionally Christmassy and that kind of thing. And also the mechanics are a little bit more whack. But this is another one of those like big, complicated stages with a lot of interesting stuff going on, a lot of bonus rooms as well. I think the first bonus room, isn't it down here, I think? No, it's not down here, it's like to the right. So yeah, for the second stock, when you're actually supposed to carry the mini mushroom all the way through the stage, I do that a couple times. It's like I do this in both this stage and also the final castle of this mod. So it's a little bit of an oversight on my part. I didn't know I had done that in 2 stages. But yeah, that, if you didn't notice that power block had some coins falling down in an arrow shape, and then that pointed down to this area down here. This is kind of one of those classic bonus rooms, which I think Newer also did a lot of, which is like the Donkey Kong style bonus room. In this case, I'm doing it with Flipperses, because, you know, it's a Christmas mod and all that kind of thing. Especially with the mini mushroom, this bonus room is quite interesting. I think you can actually just go over there with the mini mushrooms as well if you want, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, it's quite simple, but I don't mind it or anything. It's quite fun. Not too hard, but also not too easy. And you just randomly jump out of the snow because I couldn't find a good location for a pipe, I think. That's alright. Oh, some coins popping up. That's already the midway, so there's actually some really cool camera control stuff going on in this stage, which is really, like, just not noticeable at all. And I guess I'll be able to showcase that after completing this bonus room. Okay. Yeah, so you're supposed to carry the mini mushroom all the way from the beginning of the stage to over here, which is past the midway. So if you die, you actually have to redo the entire stage, which is really cruel, and I shouldn't have done that really. But oh well. So this was kind of the entire reason I made this stage with these mechanics, is because I wanted to have a snowball riding section, which this section is quite tough, but it works out, I would say. Originally it was even more tough at some point. But yeah, there we go. That's it's a really cool, quite simple, but, you know, quite nifty bonus room, I would say. For those of you wondering, there's nothing down there. Like, I made sure that the player couldn't go down there, because you can, like, not fit in there with the mini mushroom and the snowball together. But yeah, there's no, like, extra bonus room or anything like that. So remember when I was saying there's some cool camera control stuff going on in this stage? If you remember, like, we were at this area earlier, but you couldn't see this pipe, and if I jump up here, or if I use the platform, you can see. Oh, and now you suddenly can't see that area anymore. That's some cool trickery going on with the camera. And I really like the way I implemented that, I would say. It's really quite fancy. Now, this final section of the stage is actually a little bit different. And this is something I do a lot in my stages, I've noticed. You'll also see it popping up a little bit cloudy too. That is that I have, like, the first area of a stage be a normal version of a stage, or like a normal stage, and the second area of a stage being an auto-scroller. I don't know why I do this. I guess it's just like a nice evolution of the mechanics of a stage. I don't know. It just works really well, I would say. Yeah, you can actually go down there. Oh, we're running out of time. You can actually go like through that little like little area, a little gap between the cloud platform and the ground with a mini mushroom. That's quite cool. I didn't quite take into account how you won't have enough time in this stage. That's interesting. Yeah, this is another quite tough section, I would say, with all those flippers, especially if we're going for that third star coin. Though, as you can see, it's actually it's not too hard to get it without even taking any damage at all. And then I think, yeah, we're at the end of the stage already. I like the way I did this this gold ball, because you can actually make it up there if you jump on the flippers at the right time, like that. Yeah, I really like that stage, honestly. I know the mini mushroom thing is a little bit tedious, and maybe the end is a little bit too tough, but I don't know. I really enjoy it. It's quite nice. Okay, with that, we only have one more complete stage left. Let's wait for that piranha plant. No, actually, you know what? Let's go fight the piranha plant because I did change the boss, like the little enemy encounters. I think. Yeah, here we go. Oh, this is not too hard with the fire flower. That was really simple. But yeah, I do always make sure to change these things. And with that, yeah, we're going to move on to the final castle, which is a really hard stage, and I know some people really don't like it. I know that the second half is really tough, and the first half is also not that easy. So yeah, let's go play this. Fire Frost Fortress. Now, it isn't a Mario snow mod without some kind of freeze flame element, you know, freeze flame from Mario Galaxy and newer Wii. So that's what this stage is, I suppose. And I quite like the way I did this stage. I don't know, I know there's some really dumb stuff in this stage and some really annoying things, but I still quite like the vibe of it, especially with like the way I use the tower tile set in this stage and stuff, which is not something you'd see usually, but I think it works out pretty well. I also make use of this, I think, pretty much unused mechanic from Need for Speed where Puddaboo's can actually go horizontally like that. Quite cool. So there's this little area up here. Wait, I should probably actually manage to get up there. Hold on. And you guessed it, there's a star coin. There you go. I've seen some people struggle getting that, but I don't think it's too hard, really. Yeah, it's not that bad. You get this switch, this, you know, those boxes appear, and then suddenly the lava comes up. It's not too hard, I would say. You know, there's some... It's quite well indicated, I would say, that that's going to happen. Oh, this green coin section is a little bit tough, I would say, but it works. I really like the way I use the ice flows. Or ice flues, I'm not sure how you pronounce that. Ice flow, I think. In this stage, with the way they can like kind of crush you, so you have to run under this section, for example. It's quite nice. The way they kind of bob up and like left to right and over here. I don't know, I think it's quite cool. Now, the second area of this stage is where a lot of people, I think, struggle and don't really like it as much. And I totally get that. I really, there's like one fatal flaw in this stage, which I really should have found a better solution to, which I'll show you guys later, I suppose. Yeah, here we go. So this is a, I guess you can actually compare this quite well to the, oh, well, we're not getting that star coin. You can actually compare this quite well to the dry bones, like the dry raft stage from Need for Speed 2, if you remember that. Like the way this functions is pretty much identical, actually. It's like about the same size as well, maybe a little smaller if anything. But yeah, so this is just a bunch of ice flows on a very specific path, going along a lava lake like this. Oh, whoops. I'm supposed to go up here and then jump over, I think, yeah. As you saw there, I missed the mini mushroom because, like I was saying in the last stage, there's actually also a mini mushroom section in this stage which you're supposed to get. We can also go in here. So here there's like a little bonus room. Originally this was meant to be a part of the main path of the stage, but then I decided to make it a bonus room instead because it was a little bit too weird, a little bit too tough as well. Yeah, there we go. Oh, can I not suck? There we go. And now we're at the end of the stage, and you might have noticed, well, we've missed the third star coin. Where is it? Yeah, so this is major oversight in this stage. I'm not sure how well I'm going to be able to demonstrate this in this, some coins popping up, in this playthrough, but there's actually another star coin in that area we were in earlier, and you're supposed to actually, if I go in here, because this is the solution I found. I just made it so you can go into this pipe, and then you get the star coin. As you can see, there's this area over here, which you actually are supposed to end up here, with the ice flows. Now the thing is, if you have that mini mushroom, which I lost, you can actually just barely fit under this ledge over here, and then like ride the ice flows all the way over here, and then you can go into this pipe, and you get the third star coin. That would have meant you missed the second star coin, because you can't have done what I just did, which is like going through the going through the red pipe earlier. So that basically means that you can either get the second or third star coin. So that's why I made it so you can go through this pipe back and forth to make sure if you get the second star coin, you can also get the third one. But that really just means that the third star coin is super easy or super hard depending on the way you get it. And if you get the third star coin the hard way, you can't get the second star coin. That's just a big old design oversight on my part, and it's just really poorly done, I would say. I should have come up with a better solution, or just taken out the second star coin or something. I don't know. Instead, we have this very weird, confused ending to this stage. This is going to be a little bit tough because I don't have a power-up right now. And there's a bunch of Pudaboos flying around in this section. Because I did make sure to make this boss fight at least a little bit tougher than usual. Because, oh lord, there's a Puddle coming at some point. Oh, and we're also running out of time, great. Oh, no, I don't want to die. There we go. Yeah, so these Puddles make this section, this boss fight quite hard, I would say. And also, me not having any power-ups makes it quite tough. But that should be it, there we go. I also think the Podobos don't spawn anymore now. That's good. But yeah, so that's that very confusing castle. Like, the end section is just really weird. But yeah, that's gonna do it for most of this mod. There's still a credit stage, which I guess we better play. But yeah, that's the main section of this mod done. So overall, I would say about this mod, I really enjoy this mod. I think it's like probably still my best mod I've made. I don't know, it's quite debatable, I would say, whether this is better or another Halloween special is better. Because I think this one's more complex and more like, it's more of a me mod, you know? It's more of a, like, yeah, this is the kind of stage you can expect, stages you can expect in something like Cloud 2. But then there are a lot of these weird things I did which I just don't agree with anymore, even today, even half a year later. Which really dragged them all down quite a bit in my opinion, so I'm not sure which I prefer. And whether this mod is better than Deserted or, I don't know, like, whatever, I'm not sure. So yeah, this is the credit stage. This world's called the Southern Hemisphere because for those geography nerds out there, you can know that like it's very hot in winter or during Christmas in the Southern Hemisphere. So that's why this is a desert, I suppose. And this is the credit stage. I just did this really simple thing here. Wait. Okay, I was supposed to have a an auto-scroller going on. I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, I just had this like made this little quick I guess text style set with the Mario Maker font and just spelled out the credits just in the level with the tile set. Visual inspiration is Newer Team and Brickbend specifically. Newer Team because I don't know, just a lot of my tiles are inspired by Newer. I guess especially the big pipes, and then Brickbend because this ground here was actually inspired by like the ground he made for one of his mods which he cancelled or something, and I remade that for Sierra at some point. But then I ended up making this mod with it. So that's how that ended up happening. Kishinati is credited for moral support because he actually did some playtesting and also recorded the trailer. I couldn't be able to add a whole category just for him for that, but I did, you know, just credit him for moral support therefore. And yeah, obviously Nintendo's credited, and you for playing the game. Wow, or I guess just you for playing, yeah. And I guess you for watching, so yeah everybody, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this playthrough. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and if you really loved it, make sure to subscribe, and, you know, Merry Christmas! But yeah, bye guys.